Hello, everybody. I am Tania Abatello. I am a NASM certified, lighting's terrible. I'm a NASM certified nutrition coach, Kundalini yoga practitioner, and citizen scientist. I am the host of Trust Your Gut with Tanya. I have not done an awful lot with doing a live in a long time. I haven't done a podcast in a while. I am just trying to find a new home right now and where it works online. The unfortunate thing that's happened recently, as everybody is aware, that a lot of the medical information is being kind of algorithm down. And I saw a whole report done on X on what happened to me on X. And I didn't really even put very much out there. So I was doing it on Rumble. Again, I'm getting into the weeds here. Um, if you want to take a look and see what I'm about and what I've done before, check out Rumble and see some of my previous additions there. What I typically like to do, and again, this is just an introduction because it's like, who the heck am I? I just got on here and I'm like asking you guys to follow me and paid subscriptions. I only got that put in place. I haven't done anything with it yet. If I get a decent number of interests and people actually ask me to provide some real paid content, I will do that. I am really interested in giving you guys way too much information. So just, take it a little bit at a time. So, the thing that I want to talk about today is the fact that I know, despite the fact that I look very tired, I live in the Northeast and it is so cold and I am like ugh, literally crunched into myself. But anyway, I have struggled with insomnia my entire life. I have struggled with mental health issues around anxiety, and being on the autism spectrum, different things like that. And I became a nutrition coach specifically because I wanted to be able to provide the solutions that I found for myself to other people like me. So if you are somebody who is like me, neurodivergent, um, bendy, that's another thing, Ehlers-Danlos or hypermobile in any way, um, and have had a history of gut issues and have really had a difficult time. Aches and pains. I mean, right now I'm kind of suffering because it's really cold here. Um, but in any event, I talk about things that help me get to where I'm at now, which is feeling so much better despite the cold. And what I have recently discovered is lithium orotate. What is that? I mean, most people have heard of lithium either as something that is being mined for your batteries, for all the things, or in the past as a pharmaceutical intervention for bipolar disorder. So, um, the reason why it works, and it does for bipolar disorder, is because it is an electrolyte, it is a mineral, it is something that your nervous system needs to make the right connections in your body so that your brain and nervous system are working properly and not short circuiting. People who are on the spectrum short circuit, or I should say neurodivergent, ADHD. If you are suffering from this, and honestly, many of us are, it's not just genetic anymore. The people who have the genetics that set them up for having these symptoms exacerbated were the canaries in the coal mine. And now what we have is a situation where there are so many things that are toxic to our nervous system that most people are starting to suffer from this. So, all of that being said, another reason why we are having a serious issue is because our food is depleted of nutrients, our soil, our water, all kinds of things. We're just not getting the food quality that we used to get. So I went ahead and I started looking into this. I saw a study that was published. I can link the study that where they looked at Alzheimer's and the neuroprotective effects of lithium orotate. Now, again, let me back up a minute here. The the lithium that people who are bipolar, they take lithium carbonate, and the dose is way too much. I mean, it's a different form. It's not as easily assimilated. It's not like a natural whole form that you would find in nature. It's been a little altered. It's cheaper to make. So what they did was they made a cheap version of it that wasn't as bioavailable, and then they gave people way too much of it. And then that's where all the weird side effects come from. Um, and honestly, still, I would say if you're having these issues and all you can get is the prescription and your doctor has you on that or whatever, and you want to go that way, if you want to go with a psychiatrist, and I would say to do that, only take a lower dose. But you don't really have to do that because there is a supplement that's available called lithium orotate, and it is the more natural version of this mineral slash electrolyte. So one of the things that happened to me is I live in the Northeast, and there's always this joke around about how people in the Northeast are grumpy and they're miserable. And part of it has to do with the fact that, like, it gets really cold and miserable in the wintertime. We don't get enough sun and vitamin D. Most of the people in the country have this issue, but there are places in the world in which people are just naturally happier. And there's many factors here. However, there is a correlation, and correlation is not necessarily causation, but there is definitely a correlation between people who have more lithium in their water and happiness. And I'm on board. Like, oh, it could be that simple. A couple of caveats. I'm on a very low dose. Oh, and hey, whoa, here we go. This is not medical advice. I am not a doctor. I am not telling you what to do. If you are looking for specific guidance, then yes, please make an appointment with me. We can go through all of the things you're taking. We can look at all of the factors involved in your life, and we can put you on the path towards helping your body to heal naturally. That's what I do. So, anyway, one of the things that I had done was because I will not drink municipal water, and actually, most of the water, unfortunately, in the United States is contaminated now. Where I started was with a well, and we had naturally occurring uranium deposits. So we had uranium in our water. So I got myself a reverse osmosis filter and I stripped everything out of the water. You can get a filter that adds minerals back in, but unfortunately, when you do that, you are depleting yourself. I do take a I take a decent amount of supplements to bring that stuff back in. One of the things is shilajit. I've spoken about that in one of my notes, one of my posts here. It is a naturally occurring tar that has all of the ancient minerals that used to be in there. Um, it says my internet connection is unstable. Oh, boy. Anyway, I hope I'm coming through okay. So, anyhow, how did this affect me? My mood swings were worse. My ability to handle my own emotions were harder. And my insomnia has gotten off the charts since becoming postmenopausal. So I got a lot, there's a lot going on here. If you're looking for, um, you know, talk about menopause, talk about neurodiversity, um, mental health, natural living, this is what I do. Um, I am on a decent methylated B vitamin complex. I'll get into more of that at another point. That is one of the reasons why, despite being menopausal, I have this hair. It's becoming a pain at this point, but it's keeping me warm right now. So that's a good thing. So, lithium orotate, naturally occurring mineral in the soil, in the water supply, if you're in a place in which it's high. It tends to be high in places where there is volcanic activity. For instance, Italy. People drink mineral water in Italy. They're onto something. There's a lot of really great stuff in that. It's, again, kind of akin to that shilajit that I talked about, which is a tar that I dissolve in my hot water for my coffee every morning. Um, and Again, I'm giving you information on different supplements, and I'm not telling you to take them. I'm telling you these are the things that help me. And if you want to learn more, certainly follow me. Go check out my link in bio. I have so much information. And I run a equinox detox every equinox. It has in the past been a well, it was a 7-week program. I'm going to make it 6 weeks. And we go through and talk about detoxing your whole house, your kitchen, your bathroom products, and how to properly prepare your body for a heavy duty detox in the last week. And I just restacked about the lymphatic system. It's another important component of this. Again, this is just an introduction. I could get into so much more about what we do here. And, but I just wanted to say more than anything, I am here because I suffered. I suffered really badly. I was in the early 2000s, postpartum, very deficient and not realizing that I am a neurodivergent person, that I had issues processing certain nutrients, which made everything worse. Um, Folic acid, artificial folic acid, is an issue for me. It's an issue for 40% of the population. So what I did was I really got into deep research and using my background in biology to understand the cause effects. Um, what is why? The why. I was going to doctors. I'm trying to find out, well, why do I feel this way? What's going on? How come I feel miserable? Nobody would really tell me why. And that was very frustrating to me. So I had to kind of wait for the internet to be invented. And that's when I learned about gluten intolerance and neurodiversity and hormone imbalances and all the things that work to help mitigate this stuff. So I immediately started working on my diet, working on my supplementation, working on my lifestyle, and I've really come a long way. And I've started to, about 20 years ago, I started proselytizing to everybody in my life. You should try this, check this out. This is what's going on. And about 3 years ago, I decided to just do this professionally. So this is where I'm at. Again, years of lived experience, years of education, years of struggling and experimenting on myself, which is what I would always do first. I don't ever suggest anybody try anything at all until I've tried it myself. So right now, I'm talking about lithium orotate. Um, the really cool thing is that I do have this available as a part of a sleep and stress program that is in my link in bio. And it is a stack of supplements that help your mental health, well being, and sleep. So that is available there. I highly recommend that you also schedule an appointment with me to talk about these things. But if you're looking for what am I talking about, it's in that little stack on my full script in my link in bio. So that's, I guess, all I wanted to say today. I will be popping on here. I'm not sure exactly what my schedule is going to look like yet for this. I will be more regular as things come out, as I figure out how best to manage the algorithm, because even though Substack doesn't have a bad algorithm, it still has an algorithm. So, yeah, very great to meet all of you. Please, if you see this, if you watch this and you have questions for me, comments, anything at all, please, please, please put the comments under the video. I would like to see what you guys are looking for from somebody like me. You know, ask me anything. I'm all about it. And if I don't know, I will try to find out for you. That is what I do. It's my passion. It's my life. I'm thrilled to be able to actually do this stuff for people. So, yeah. In the meantime, I'm Tania Abatello. This has been Trust Your Gut with Tanya. And you all have a sparkling day. See you next time.